Categories, the Etsy superpower. I know the secret. So if you're struggling to get on Etsy and wonder if you're missing something, your title and tags are amazing, your photos are on point, descriptions are descriptive, but are your listings in the correct category? Would that help with ranking? Do the customers find categories helpful? So I thought I would look into that, not just by running my amazing Etsy experiments, but I've also got my hands on some secret never-before data. So 2 times the science in one video. So let's start with the experiments and get to the secret data in a little bit. If you've been around here for a while, you know I love to test theories on my own listings. So the first theory, does the category you pick help you rank in the Etsy search? This sounds like the perfect test for my dog bookmark, because there is a bookmark category. So does having my listing in the bookmark category help my listing rank higher for the term dog bookmark? Before you ask, the term bookmark is just too competitive to rank with a listing without sales history, and to get a clean, reproducible test, I need to use a brand new listing each time. So, how I do my tests? I find a keyword I can rank for, in this case, dog bookmark, and duplicate one of my listings. I slightly changed the title so I could tell what it was when it shows in search, and then the only other thing I do is make sure it's in the bookmark category. List this duplicate and wait around 15 minutes for the listing to get into the Etsy system. I then use the rank checker on eRank to see whether the listing is ranking. The reason I'm using the rank checker and not just looking on the Etsy search is, firstly, it seems to take a tiny bit longer for the final Etsy algorithm to notice new listings. A day or so, not a long time, but longer than I want to wait. And also, that final algorithm is the personalization algorithm. It shows everyone slightly different results based on their past history on Etsy. So to remove those personalizations, the eRank rank checker looks at whether the Etsy API has ranked your listing, which is just based on your listing's SEO and not due to these personalizations. So after 15 minutes, I checked for my listing and there she is. Page 1, rank 17. I then deleted that listing and waited a little while for the algorithm to settle again, then duplicated the original listing again, changed the title again and put it in a different category this time. Waited and then checked the rank checker. Page 1, position 16. That's ranking higher. What gives? Does the correct category rank you lower in search? Don't panic, there are very small variations in where listings rank. Perhaps a competitor had just sold out while I was running this test. A place or two in the ranking is not a significant change. I've run these tests a whole bunch of times and a place or two is within the normal error. So it seems from my little test here that the category really doesn't make enough of a difference to where you rank in search to worry about. But of course, that's only my one shop. So if you want to check my work, feel free to run the test in your own shop. But Etsy does say the category will mean we'll be shown to more shoppers looking in that category. So is that a big deal? This is where I have that secret brand new data. But before we get to that, I can also check in my shop to find out. Did you even know that you can find out if Etsy buyers are finding your listings through categories? Well, kinda. In your Etsy dashboard, go to Marketing, Search Analytics. I love this page. So many people don't even know it's here. I'm going to look at the whole of last year because the bigger the data set, the more accurate. And here you can see the keywords customers found you for, and also the impressions. Impressions are customers searched for these keywords. Your listings were shown to them on the search results page. But look at this. It's not just keywords. There's also the section None, found with filters or categories. So, okay, we didn't know if it was a filter or a category, but we can at least see if it's been all that important. So in the whole of last year, I got 8 visits from filters or categories. That's less than 0.3% of my total visits. And looking at my impressions, 3.7% of my total impressions to my shop for the year was through filters and categories. So very few people actually were shown my listings, and of those that did, even less clicked on them. So I really didn't need to spend time finding my perfect categories. But is it just me? Do my listings suck? Could they be important for you? This is where the super secret data comes in. eRank, who I also work for, but videos on this channel are my own, has a whole lot of data ethically sourced from a panel of real users who have opted for the data to be collected. The team at eRank looked at thousands of buyers who search on Etsy and found that 97% of buyers used search and 11% used categories. Of course, that means some have used both search and categories. But this really ties in what I'm seeing in my shop. For most buyers, categories is not all that important. But 11% of millions of people searching is still a very large number. So we do need to look into that a little more. If we look at, say, jewelry and accessories, then the listings I'm seeing in this category show up all have thousands of reviews, which mean they're all shops with very high numbers of sales. Lots of bestseller badges here. The same if I narrow down to something like rings. This makes sense. For all these categories, there will be many, many listings included in that category. So unless the buyer is drilling down to very specific categories, then only a few listings will be able to be shown. And also all these categories are a little broad, not very specific, so it's unlikely that the customer will even see what they're looking for. I might have to jump into search anyway to find out what they want. I guess that is good news. Categories seem to have little to no impact on where our listings appear in search, and buyers are hardly using the categories, so we don't have to spend too much time worrying about finding the perfect category. Find the one that seems best and get your listings listed, and perhaps when our shop grows to a top 1% or top 0.1% shop, then we can double check if categories are working for us. eRank did look at some other buyer behavior here, and my friend Stella Moore is digging into the rest of the data. Pop over to her channel and see the secrets that she's sharing. No one else has this data, and we are so excited to share it with you.